with your teacher friends.
Hi, it's Lydia.
And Heather, your teacher friends. And here we are with a technology activity that you can have some fun with in your classroom. So we will be constructing robots. The children will be doing that during this activity.
Absolutely.
But it's not just making robots, because kids have probably been making those with construction materials since before they even got to school. But it's making robots for a purpose. And robots that could help us out in a natural disaster and helping point out the features that robot's going to have that will make it suitable for the task.
So here are some materials that we've assembled to make these robots. And perhaps you could find something similar in your classroom. So what distinguishes this from a regular art and craft activity is that we want to showcase the elements of a robot and what distinguishes it from a regular machine. This piece of equipment, for instance, is a machine because it's got inputs where it can take in information, like with cameras, microphones, but it's also got outputs, things that can carry out a response. This is still a machine. What makes it into a robot is its CPU, its central processing unit. This is where information that's sent from the sensors go to, and with all this information, this robot is then able to make decisions depending on what the instructions are.
Your robot looks really cool. I'm wondering what its purpose is.
In an event of a natural disaster where it's dangerous for humans to go in to rescue people, where it's still hot, when structures are very unstable, that is when these guys come in very, very useful. Could you tell us about how this little creature here can help us with the recent the inundation in Queensland?
Yes, so this is Floody Floody Chook Chook. Basically, Floody Floody Chook Chook is designed to go and help find people that have been trapped by floods.
So can you tell us about the sensors?
Yeah, so on here we've got some sensors here, and that's going to be heat sensors, infrared, so that we can find where there's living things that are in there. Up on the top here, this is a light sensor, so that when it gets dark, it will automatically turn a light source on.
I think that's very useful.
It knows how to do that because, just like yours, I have also got my central processing unit here.
I see. So it's able to make its decisions.
It can make a decision based on the light that it senses.
Ah,
it's also got
very
a
clever.
really good output. It's going to make this really helpful noise.
Oh, I see.
Because then if there are people around and it's quiet, they'll be able to hear it and they can come out, and then it'll find them on its sensors. And hang on, I haven't finished yet though. I have also got my special life rafts that are going to inflate when Floody Floody Chook Chook finds somebody.
So here I've got koala love. With the recent fires, it's been very unfortunate. I mean, we've come to realize that we really do want to be saving as much wildlife as possible. And while it's not possible for us to go into dangerous zones where there's a lot of smoke and it's where it's very hot, this is when the robot koala love comes in really handy. It's got a battery pack. Yeah, it's got wires connecting to all the different outputs. So the inputs, the sensors would include these eyes that help them see a camera. That can.
I bet it's got good zooming on it, has it?
Good zooming, and can see using infrared. I think that would be helpful in a fire. And then once it senses a koala, yeah, if the koala were in the tree line, like a helicopter, it would just move right up to the tree line, pick up the koala with its arms, and bring it back down, you see? And if the koala were very distressed, there'd be little feathers to just keep it calm.
Lovely.
Now,
Koala love.
this would not be possible in the event of an emergency without our lunch lady robot, who's there to make lunch for all the emergency workers.
The rescue workers are going to love that.
Who are awesome in Australia. So we hope you've come to see that the fun of it is to make the robots, but it has to serve a purpose. And we hope that the purpose of helping out people in times of a natural disaster, in times of emergency, comes through in your lesson.